Harrison Bader was the final piece to the puzzle. And before I get into what I want to say here, this is not a knock on Harrison Bader. He's a pretty good player. And in fact, when you look at his numbers this year compared to the rest of the outfielders we have, he's obviously an upgrade. And he's certainly a good enough player that he will help. But I got to be honest with you. They didn't do enough for me yesterday, and I don't think they did enough to make themselves as good as we wanted them to be or as good as maybe they could have been. I wanted more. I thought they needed more, and I'm not okay with the way the second half of the deadline went. Look, the Duran deal is great, and we're all excited to watch him close, but I just get the sense the Phillies needed to be more aggressive. Like, I watched what the Padres did. They pushed all their chips in. And I watched what the rest of the NL did. Even the Mets just kept getting better and a little bit better. And I feel like the Phillies just kind of paused and said, all right, well, we're probably good enough. And that, to me, in the middle of this run, in the middle of their window, wasn't good enough. I'm not okay with the way yesterday went because I thought they needed, if they were going to go for a Harrison Bader type, get me 2 Harrison Baders, right? Give me another pretty good outfielder to add to the mix. Try to remake the entire outfield rather than just Bader and trying to sell me on the idea that Brandon Marsh or Max Kepler are going to help this team in a meaningful way down the stretch. 215-592-9494. The trade deadline is in the books. Are you okay with what the Phillies did altogether? I'm not. Look, the Duran deal's awesome, and he's going to be a big-time closer for the Phillies. But I'm not okay with the improvements of the offense for this specific reason. Hugh, the last couple years, we can talk about the bottom of the order all we want, but really the issue became this at the end of the Arizona series and at the end of the Mets series. Teams stopped pitching to Bryce Harper. They wouldn't give him a pitch to hit. And, Hugh, I wanted to acquire a bat yesterday that would change that equation, whether it was a top-of-the-order guy like a Stephen Kwan, which means you could have pushed Schwarber down below Harper to protect Harper, or a middle-of-the-order bat, and they didn't accomplish either of those two things.